Hello, 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 hello. Hey, you're listening to Car Musings, and I'm your host, Matt Morgan. How are you doing today, or tonight, or wherever you are, and whenever you're tuning in? Hey, thank you very much for being here. As I said, I'm your host, Matt Morgan, and I want to thank you very much for being here today. It is a interesting day, but as always, how's your integrity? Are you keeping your integrity in check? Are you doing the right thing? That's the question, and that's kind of what our topic is today. Kind of very briefly talked about it in previous episodes, but I'm going to talk about it again today, but in a different context. So the thing is that hey, do you feel yourself as being a generous person, or do you feel you're selfish, or do you use the excuse that you're just looking out for yourself and yours? That's the question I have today, and that's what we're going to talk about today. But hey, before I get into that, hey, have you checked out the madmorgan.com? You should check it out, madmorgan.com. It's more and more stuff is added when we can, but it is up there. Check it out. It is good. It is fun. It is informational. Check it out, themadmorgan.com. And also, some guys that we're trying to help them out getting stuff up and running. It's called moronlog.com. And it promises to be fun and interesting and educational as well. Moronlog.com. Check that out. But anyways, if you don't want to check out that, check out us, themadmorgan.com. All right, let's get into it today. So, how do you view yourself? How do you view yourself? Do you view yourself as being a generous person, like a good person, kind, considerate, or are you one of those in between? Oh, I'm just looking out for my own, you know, only looking out for my own, my family, or do you consider yourself a selfish person? Now, most people don't go with the selfish because they always like to think of themselves in the positive lights. But you know, let's be honest. It comes down to actions speak louder than words. You could bullshit yourself until the cows come home, and you could give a lot of frickin' lip service, to people. But at the end of the day, it comes down to, hey, what do your actions say? Because your actions are going to speak volumes. Your actions are actually going to dictate how the world sees you. The actions are going to dictate, beyond all the bullshit, who you are. And that's one thing people, they can't lose perspective on. They can't lose sight of. And a lot of people do. They're like, oh, I'm an excellent person. I'm kind and considerate. Oh, I have kids. Oh, I don't have kids. Oh, I love my pets. Oh, I give to charity. Oh, I volunteer. Okay, great. But doing that once a year or once in a blue moon, we're giving a lot of bullshit lip service without following up with actions. That's fucking easy. That's fucking easy. All right, that's easy bullshit. And if your little tidbit to society is basically doing that shit, and you think that rationalizes all the shitty things you do, I'm sorry, it doesn't. Follow through, actions. All right, don't give lip service. Don't give the bullshit. Don't give the pat on the back and positive bullshit reinforcement and the you know trying to gaslight or smokescreen or fucking whatever you want to call it to make people feel better, to make yourself feel good about yourself, thinking that you contributed to something which you didn't fucking contribute at all. You basically just said something to make yourself feel like you're a virtuous person and did good things. Because you gave positive reinforcement, positive encouragement to somebody that was going through a rough time. No, fuck you, buddy. Fuck you and the horse you're riding on, because no, that's a bunch of lip service. That's bullshit. That's hot air. Fuck, I have a fart that has more fucking credibility than you do. Okay? Actions, actions, actions. Back it up with actions. One thing to just give the fucking bullshit, and it's another to actually do something about it. Get off your ass to actually put some actions. Send an email, make a phone call, fucking do something rather than just a bunch of bullshit, hot air coming out of your fucking trap. And at the end of the day, think about that. as much as you're sitting high on your horse thinking that you are a righteously good, you know, giving person, but you're not willing to go to bat for somebody, well, I'm sorry, but if you're not willing to go to bat for somebody, then you're just full of shit. It's not that you are so full of shit your eyes are brown. I'm just saying, go to bat. Actually get up and do an action. And, okay, generosity, you're considerate, you're kind, you're understanding, any adjectives, any verbs, anything that you want to convince yourself that you are, great. At the end of the day, if it helps you sleep at night, great. But in your heart of hearts, you're going to know whether or not you did enough, whether or not you did something, whether or not you truly were a good person. Like, all these factors come into play when it comes to this. And at the end of it all, it comes down to, hey, how much effort did you put into it other than saying a bunch of bullshit lies which you really didn't mean just to make yourself feel better? That's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. Now, the reason I say this is because we have all known people like this, that talk a good game, making themselves feel better, feel like they're righteous, feel that they're loyal to their faith and doing good things and everything else, but they're just talking a bunch of bullshit and not willing to help you out or anybody else out. And they think that they fall in the category of, oh, I'm just looking out for myself on my own. Bullshit. I am pretty sure you would sell your fucking cousin if you could get away with it. That's what it comes down to, right? Because when I see or hear a bunch of this bullshit, and then people are like, oh yeah, you know, I'm backing it up, I'm following through with my words. No, that's not doing it. Now, I know people, especially, and some of you that have been following along for a while, my long time listeners, I know people that back up what they say, right? And I applaud these people. I freaking applaud them. I put them way up there because I've known enough people over my years that have been a bunch of bullshitters. I put them high on pedestals. I gave them credibility that they didn't fucking deserve. I made them seem like they were, pure as the driven snow and all that crap like that, when actuality, they're just a bunch of bullshitters trying to make themselves look good, but are not willing to actually help anybody else but themselves. With a bunch of talk. Great, awesome. I don't need any more talk. I don't need any more hot air. I need somebody to step up and bat. And that's the thing. Thankfully, I have a friend of mine that recently I reached out to and I haven't talked to in a while. We've known each other for over 20 years. And I said, hey, you know what? I'm going to call him Bob. Bob, I'm going through a rough time. This is what's going on, everything else. He's like, hey, Matt Morgan, I didn't realize that, man. If I would have known that you were going through such a rough time, I would have stepped in sooner. And you know what? He goes, I get enough contacts. I'm going to reach out to a bunch of them for you and see what we can do for you. And I'm like, thanks. And you know what? I took it as, okay, maybe more lip service, but nope. Wouldn't you fucking know it? Wouldn't you know it? Coming through, boom, 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 in my inbox, introductions. Hey, everyone. Hey, Steve. Hey, Mary. Hey, Jessica. Blah, 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 blah. Hi, this is my friend Mad Morgan. He's going through this, that, and everything else. He's got these qualifications. Here's some more information. Check him out. Help him out if you can. Everything else. And I'm like, damn. Here's somebody that didn't just give a bunch of bullshit lip service. They actually followed it up with action. With action. Took the time. These weren't short emails either. These were detailed discussions. And I'm just sitting there going, damn, that is by far, if the trophy had to go out with everybody that's helped out in the last couple of years, this wasn't lip service. This was, hey, I'm going to back it up with what I say, and I'm going to do an action to help you out. It wasn't just a bunch of bullshit lip service. It was actually, yeah, follow it up. And let me tell you, I'm not really shocked because knowing Bob the way I do, amazing, amazing, amazing. And this person, I mean, honestly, if you know the struggles that Bob's going through, I'm not really surprised that Bob did more than just, pat me on the back and say, oh, well, it's going to be okay. No, Bob stood up. Do you know people like Bob? Do you? Because if we are blessed enough to have people that are beyond the bullshit and actually go out of their way to help out others genuinely and at no benefit to themselves other than just being good people, these are the people that you need to actually make a point of keeping those relationships alive and healthy. And because those are the people you need. Forget about all these fake people that are just there when it's convenient. You really nurture those relationships with the people that are genuinely good, genuinely willing to back up with action, genuinely not just going to give you a bunch of lip service. The ones that, as I said, there's the either end of the scale and then there's the in between. There's the ones that feel that they're righteous, that their shit don't stink. There's the ones that try to play it safe in the neutral, saying I'm just looking out for myself and my family. And then, of course, there's the selfish pricks. And the selfish pricks will never say it, they're selfish pricks. But you know what? Those of us that aren't blinded to it, we know who those people are. We see them for who they are. We're not going to fall for that bullshit. And frankly, you know, at the end of the day, we wouldn't throw a life preserver to fucking save them if they were drowning, right? We all know those people, and we all have a dark side. So we all feel the same way. Trust me on that one. Don't kid yourself. We all have a dark side. So when it comes down to it, you gotta, if you have a Bob in your life, in any shape, form, fashion, on any level, make sure to value these relationships because these are people that truly, 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 truly have your back when your back's against the wall. They will support you. And I've been blessed to have a Bob in my life. I've had a lot of fakes out there that fucking let me down time and time again. And you know what's funny about these fakes, which I really love? Um, there was one fake that I used to put on a friggin' pedestal and think so highly of. They disappeared and worked for another company. And it's funny because I was cleaning up one of my communication platforms. I think it was Skype and everything else. And I'm like, yeah, nobody's using this platform anymore. I said, so you know what? I want to tell this person what I think of because this is never going to them. And I did. I friggin' rolled it out. I'm like, you're a fucking fraud, blah, blah, blah. You're a cocksucker. I want nothing to do with you. I hope karma bites you right in the ass, slaps you upside the head. Well, wouldn't you know it? That was actually going to them. That actually was going to them and they actually got it. And in one side I was just like, oh shit. Especially when they came back at me with some bullshit about, oh well I don't have to take this, you know, people talking to me like this, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, all right, well, maybe you should be talked to like this. Because somebody called you out on your bullshit. You know what? Maybe it's long overdue that somebody told you who you are and the type of person you are. Oh, well, I don't have to take this. I'm like, well, you know what? It's probably a good thing that somebody did. And at first, I was kind of like shocked, but then I was just like shell shocked. But then I was just like, you know what? I'm not so shell shocked anymore. Nope. I said, fuck, buddy, you had it coming to you. You disappeared the company I worked for 5 fucking years. You didn't keep in touch. You didn't even make an effort. And now I called you out on your bullshit. Now you're all butthurt because somebody fucking saw you for who you are. You know what? It is what it is. You're not Bob. You're definitely no Bob. But you try to convince the rest of the world you're Bob. You know what? I don't feel bad about it. Fuck you. you know? Fuck you. You know, you're the one that has to do the backpedaling to friggin' try to get my confidence back in you and my trust in you and everything else again. I don't really care. Anyways, listen, people. All I'm gonna say is, don't be like these idiots that don't give lip service. Be honest. Be straight up. Everything else. Like if somebody's going through a rough time and everything else, and if you can help, fucking help them out. If you can't help them out today, buddy. If you can't help them out, then just be honest with them. Tell them you can't help them out. just say, hey, sorry, I sucks that you're going through what you're going through. Wish I could help you out, but I can't. Don't give them a bunch of bullshit lip service. Just be straight with them. And if you can help them out, you know what? It comes around, goes around, dudes and dudettes. Like, help out if you can. Anyways, I'm going to cut this short today, folks, because I'm in the middle of a work gig right now. So I'm going to let you go. But hey, thanks for tuning into this episode of Car Musings. I'm your host, Matt Morgan. Keep your stick on the ice. Keep your integrity in check. Love you. Check out themadmorgan.com. I will see you next episode. Till then, take care of yourself. Bye for now.